Welcome back to Lynn's Kitchen. And this afternoon I'm going to make some cookies. I don't know about you, but I am beginning to struggle with lockdown. Just beginning. Some days better than others, and today's a bit grey and it's trying to rain, and I just want some chocolate. I really want some chocolate. So I've decided we're going to make chocolate cookies. And the cookies that we're going to make today are going to have M&Ms into them. But they can have Smarties or anything else that you like in it. The very basic recipe is super and very easy. And you can mix it up as much as you like with the different things that you add to it to make lots of different cookies. So I've got a batch that are just out of the oven that were just a plain with a white chocolate through it. And this time the batch I'm going to make with you is going to be a chocolate cookie with some M&Ms through it. But again, you can add some oatmeal through it and some raisins, or you can add what other sorts of things, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of lemon zest into the basic recipe. And it's a very versatile cookie recipe, and I recommend it to you. All you're going to need is 4 ounces or 100 grams of soft margarine, which we can't really see very well, but there we are, soft margarine. Yeah, there we go. The weather outside's a bit changeable, so the light's a bit funny in my kitchen. Some soft brown sugar, again, 4 ounces or 100 grams. And then we've got 6 ounces or 150 grams of self-raising flour. But I've also put in an ounce or 25 grams of cocoa powder because we're making these chocolate cookies this time. And you'll also need a tablespoon of golden syrup and some M&Ms or whatever your extra is that you fancy to put into it. Be it bits of Reese's Pieces or bits of Oreo or whatever you fancy. You can go really wild, but we'll just do the basic to begin with. It's very straightforward. All you have to do is put the margarine and the sugar into your mixer and beat them until they combine together nicely. You basically want them to cream together until they're combined and light and fluffy. Now, as usual, I'm going to have to scrape down the sides of the bowl because it's not actually hitting there's a bit of sugar at the bottom that hasn't been incorporated. So just going to run the spatula around the outside, bring the dough together and just make sure that we get all the ingredients mixed together. Okay, let's give that another wee minute. And while that's coming together, I'm going to add the tablespoon of golden syrup to the mixture. So rather than get a spoon involved, I just wing it and give it a good glug of golden syrup. There we go. That saves having to get a spoon involved. Although a great trick for that is to heat your spoon under hot water, under the hot water tap until it's really, really hot, so that whenever you pour the golden syrup onto the spoon, it just slides straight off. So that's actually quite handy. So it's going to combine into the mixture. Give it a good beat. And then I'm going to just scrape it down once more before I put the flour in. Okay, and you're going to add the flour in 2 halves. So just going to stir in, whoops daisies, stir in the cocoa powder and mix it up a wee bit with the flour. So half the flour and cocoa powder in first. Give that a beat and then we'll add the other half. Can you see my hair? Look. Cut the fringe with the kitchen scissors. Not bad. And I did find some dye, so the roots are gone. Semi-happy, but look, getting longer by the week, guys. What am I going to look like by the end of it? What are we all going to look like? Right, so I'm giving that a really good mix. And I'll show you what it looks like at this point before we add in the last bit of the flour. So as you can see, it's a lovely chocolatey coloured mixture. Still quite soft, too soft to form into little balls of cookie dough. So I'm just going to add the rest of that flour and cocoa powder in to the bowl. And give that another beat, and hopefully that will be the right texture by then. So let's have a look. Lovely. Just that last amount of flour. It looks quite dry, but if you keep beating it and bring the speed up on your beater, it'll eventually then come together as a nice dough that can be formed into little golf balls. There we are. That's all that needs to get added to that. So as you can see, the texture of the dough is not too firm, but firm enough that it can be formed into a ball. And we're just going to scrape that off. I'm going to remove the beater here and then show you just I'm going to add in my sweet of choice, which is M&Ms, which I absolutely love. I love Smarties too, but Smarties don't hold their colour as well. Since they changed to all natural colours, I'm sure these maybe aren't natural colours, but when Smarties change to their natural colours, I find when you cook them or you use them on top of a cake, they fade in colour very quickly. So I actually like to use M&Ms, and I actually like M&Ms. Maybe even better than Smarties. So it's 3 ounces, 85 grams or so of M&Ms. Maybe a few more if you're feeling the need. Obviously you need to have enough dough to hold the M&Ms. And I'm just going to stir them into the mixture. And then the good trick with cookies to get them into a ball is to use an ice cream scoop. Now, if you have one of those nice ice cream scoops that has a little bit that releases the ice cream for you, they're the best. But I don't have one of those. I've only got this kind of scoop, which is not perfect, but at least it gives me an idea and it keeps my cookies much the same size. So just take, you'll get about 10, well, if you make your cookies quite small, you could get up to 14 out of this mixture. If you make them bigger, 10 maybe you'll get. So there's a nice size there with some M&Ms in it. Just give it a little roll in your hand and pop it onto a greased baking tray. These do spread, and my white ones actually touched each other. I had to kind of divvy them up a little bit whenever they were baking, but try and keep them separated. I'll not fill this baking tray just as full this time, and see if we can get them to. So there we go. Just give them a little roll, put them on your baking tray. See where you can see them. Let me tip this up and we'll see if we can see them a bit more. Well, there we are. Okay, let's get some more. Let's see, there we go, that's a nice colourful one. We've got green and red, and that'll be a nice one. They smell lovely and chocolatey already. And just keep going until you use up all your dough. So I have the oven on at 160, fan oven. 180 normal oven, gas mark 4, and they will take about, now I've checked the length of time it'll take rather than semi-guessing as I quite often seem to do. It will take 12 minutes. My vanilla ones took 12 to 13 minutes. So how many we're going to get out of this size? These are quite big probably. I could maybe make them a little bit smaller, but you want the cookie worth eating. Let's just spread them out. We'll put 6 in this one, and I'll go and get my other tray. So I have 3 of my vanilla and white chocolate chips ones. Same recipe, just with some chocolate buttons, white chocolate buttons in that one, which I'm sure will be delicious. And a nice sort of slightly chewy cookie too, which is lovely. in the centre, which I like. And you can then drizzle chocolate over the top of them if you want to, which would be quite nice, which we'll maybe do with some of the vanilla ones I've already made. Right, I think I can get maybe 2 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, yes, 10 out of it. At these size we'll get 10. If you want to make them smaller you can, but frankly a cookie has to be, otherwise, do you know what the problem is? If you make them too small you'll end up eating 2. So just make them slightly bigger. Or I'd end up eating 2, so I'm just going to make them slightly bigger. Right, so there we go, and I'm going to put these both into the oven now for 13. Well, welcome back. The timer's gone off, so I'm going to take the cookies out of the oven and see what they look like. Right, so we've got these cookies. So when they come out of the oven, they're still quite puffed up like that. But as they cool, they sink down on themselves. So leave them to cool for a little while. These are the white chocolate ones, and they're a little bit flatter. The cocoa powder in the mix just makes it a little stiffer, so they don't spread just as much as the vanilla ones, but they're looking gorgeous. They'll sink down, and then you can take them off the tray then and put them on a cooling rack. So I'll bring over my cooling rack, and I'm going to just drizzle some chocolate over the top of them, which I think I'm going to do now while they're sitting in the baking tray. So I've just melted a little bit of white chocolate, and I'm just going to drizzle over the top of the cookies. There we go. And then I thought perhaps I could put some sprinkles on the top of the vanilla ones. So let's see what we can do. So again, you don't have to do the chocolate, but it just adds another layer to the cookie. And as I said, my need for chocolate is quite great today. So we're going to go the whole hog, and we're going to have seriously chocolatey cookies, which I cannot wait. I'm afraid to say that already a couple of them have been eaten. No, I did not eat them myself, but my daughter came lurking. She's off to write an essay and do some research, and 2 cookies went with her, but she didn't wait for them to be covered with white chocolate, so that's very sad, very sad. So the problem with doing them on the rack then, you see, is you end up with white chocolate all over your work surface, and I really don't want that. So let's see if we can just do it up here so it'll not go all over my work surface. And see. Oh, they look so good. And smells so good. There we go. Last week of chocolate. Oh, yes, can't wait to have one. Got the coffee brewing, cannot wait to have one. So this is overkill, okay? I do warn you, this is overkill. But why not a few sprinkles? Oh yes, just to finish them off. Just to cheer me up on a grey day. Oh yes, they've even got little hearts and all on them. Oh, I do love those. A little silver ball. Look at that. Oh, so good. Ah, yeah. That is the way to go. So as I said earlier, you can have some fun. Kids, I want to see your cookies. I want to see what fun you get up to and what flavours you make, because certainly this is just good fun and they taste great. So here are my vanilla and white chocolate cookies with some sprinkles and drizzle of white chocolate over the top, and my chocolate ones, which let's see if I can lift them up off the work surface here. So I'm going to lift them off the tray. You'll know when you can lift them whenever your knife can go in under and they don't bend over, but doesn't that look just so gorgeous? Cannot wait. So that's the chocolate M&M ones with a nice drizzle of chocolate on the top, and they will be delicious with my coffee later on. So as usual, send me the pictures of your lovely bakes and enjoy baking, and I hope this gives you the chocolate fix that you need, because it's going to give me the chocolate fix that I need. See you again soon.